going to call the meeting to order for East Brandywine Township Board of Supervisors. PM meeting Thursday, August 21st, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. A recording device will be in use during this meeting. We're going to open with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, public comment for agenda items. Rules for conduct of public meetings established by Resolution 2001-08. The time allocated to each individual making a comment shall be 3 minutes unless otherwise set by the presiding officer. Additional public comments may be granted at the discretion of the presiding officer at the conclusion of the meeting. Do we have any comments? Seeing none, we'll move on to the minutes of the previous meeting. Need to get a motion to approve the minutes of the August 7th Board of Supervisors minute meeting.
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Treasurer's report authorizing to pay the bills and approve payroll. Any questions on that? I do not. Get a motion to
Make a motion to approve the treasurer's report and authorization to pay the bills.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, reports. We are looking for the township manager's report, please.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Vice Chairman, members of the board. This evening I have a report on the Hatfield Road Bridge project. Chester County officials have informed township staff that one of the 3 bridges they own in the township, this one over the Hatfield Road Bridge over Beaver Creek, that is currently under construction, is now scheduled to be open around the time of Thanksgiving this fall. As a brief reminder, the old 46-foot long, 16-foot wide bridge constructed in 1913 had been weight restricted to 3 tons. The new structure will be 50 feet in length and have a curb width of 24 feet. The parapets will include architectural surface treatments as recommended by the Township's Historical Commission and will be designed to the current load limit standard of 40 tons. Also this evening, the Township has engaged Choice Marketing to conduct a fundraising campaign for the United We Play All Abilities Playground. Costs of this campaign will be covered by the 501c3 East Brandywine Foundation, with the proceeds of the campaign being deposited to the accounts in the same. These mailers will be in home soon. The All Abilities Playground will replace the existing equipment at the south end of the community park and create an inclusive space where children of all abilities can enjoy the outdoors together. My thanks to the volunteers of Parks and Recreation for their advocacy for the park and their consistent efforts to leverage tax dollars with grants and private investment. Thanks also to those members of the public who considered contributing. Lastly, the Historical Commission Speaker Series, featuring a presentation on symbols, marks, and signs hidden in open view, will be in this room on Sunday, September 21st at 3:30 p.m. As a side note, I'd like to say on June 26th, the township lost longtime resident and volunteer Carol Schmidt. Carol was the driving force behind the Historical Commission Speaker Series and will be dearly missed. But I would like to recognize fellow Historical Commission member Frank Nazaro for his leadership in keeping this program and Carol's legacy going into a new season this fall. This report respectfully submitted, Township Manager.
Thank you. We'll move on to the building inspector's report. Do you want to handle that one, Luke?
Happy to read that into the record. For the month of July 2025, there were 36 building permits issued, a total of 1 zoning permit issued. Total fees collected for building and zoning permits was $79,230.07. There were a total of 31 use and occupancy permits issued and 282 inspections in the field completed. There were 6 failed inspections. The earlier fee number, or the earlier fee I referenced is added to other fees collected to produce a total fees collected for the period of July at $79,710.07. This permit is respectfully submitted by Noran King, Permits Administrator.
Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to the Township Roadmasters Report.
Thank you.
Matt?
We've received approval from DEP to proceed with the construction of Old Horseshoe Pike. That was a DEP approval that was needed. The structure has been ordered. Once received, the installation will commence, and the project is expected to be completed December 10th of this year. Just in, I hear that FEMA did not approve the extension, but FEMA has approved the extension until January 10th of next year. That was a 4-month extension. And Cedarville has completed the survey and wetlands delineation summary for repairs to the Bondsville Mill Bridge. No wetlands were identified in the project area. The next step is geotechnical investigation and an application to DEP for encroachment on the Beaver Creek. And Luke, Derek, and I had a phone conference with a Brian Jeremiah of FEMA and Gerald Burke of PEMA for what they call recovery transition. And what that means is we will be conversing with PEMA moving forward. Our PEMA representative is Chris Evans, so essentially FEMA passes the torch to PEMA. And Public Works installed new picnic tables at the Spatola Park Pavilion and the Craft Pavilion located in the community park. Please stop by and see them. It's an improvement over the wooden tables. Yesterday, the department repaired a section of Montpelier Drive in the Hopewell subdivision that had failed. The section repaired was 9 feet by 38 feet. The area was excavated to approximately 16 inches deep. The old sub base was removed. New modified stone was placed and compacted. They installed 4 inches of 19 millimeter asphalt base and 2 inches of 9.5 millimeter asphalt top, which was placed and compacted. Earlier this week, the severe dip on Bondsville Road between Mercer Drive and East Reeseville Road was repaired. This repair was completed by Lyons and Hall site contractors and Toll Brothers. They're the construction company doing the townhouses on McCausland Farm. Many thanks to both for the repairs. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the Police Department report. Chief?
Good evening. Our first item tonight is schools will be opening this Monday, August 25th, 2025. As in the past years, the officers will be on location every day in the afternoon at Brandywine Wallace to greet the children and staff and to make sure that the campus remains safe. An additional reminder is that the school zone speed limits will be in force and will be strictly monitored throughout the day. The Police Department's state reaccreditation assessment is scheduled for Friday, September 5th. Deputy Chief Yankanich and I will be meeting with the 3-member assessment team on Thursday the 4th to prepare for Friday's inspection and ride-alongs. I want to give a big shout out and a huge thank you to Deputy Chief Yankanich and Detective Corporal Harnish for all the hard work they have put into preparing us for our 4th accreditation inspection. They're both our accreditation managers. Finally, in the next newsletter, there is going to be an article on electric scooters, e-bikes, and other types of motorized vehicles. I am encouraging every parent to read this article and review the usage chart that is put out by the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation on the rules, regulations, and age restrictions of using these vehicles. We are receiving increased calls regarding the use of electric scooters and e-bikes in the township parks. Improper use is being done by both adults and juveniles. The bottom line is that for this township, Use of these vehicles in our park in their motorized state is prohibited. They're not allowed to be on our trails. If parents have any questions about the restrictions or proper use, we encourage you to call the department or stop in to speak with us. The monthly statistics, we had 2,313 recorded events for East Brandywine. The officers conducted 234 investigations. They had 9 criminal arrests, 4 summary arrests, 3 warrant arrests, 1 juvenile petition was completed. They investigated 6 traffic accidents. There were 110 traffic citations issued, 36 traffic warnings issued, and officers logged 9,833 miles of patrol. Training completed. Presently, Detective Tanner Smith is in a 2-week accident reconstruction certification, which is this level 3 he is taking. He's been completing the different levels over the last 2 years, and this will be his last class that he'll need to attend. We have 1 piece of correspondence, and that is from a motorist that Officer Ray and Officer Sosa assisted after a traffic accident. And for the board, you have copies of the monthly investigations, the officer activity reports, and a copy of the correspondence. That is my report.
Thank you. We're going to move on to the East Brandywine Fire Company report. Mr.
Good
Edwards.
evening. For the month, we had 61 total incidents, 35 fire, 26 medical. In East Brandywine Township, we had 19 fire calls, 16 medical calls. Average personnel in attendance were 10, 14 for major incidents. We had 3 training sessions with 21 personnel in attendance for 155 hours of training. Some notations to make. The current rescue truck was sold to the Red Hill Fire Company in Montgomery County, and they took delivery of it last evening. The new rescue truck to replace that had arrived at East Brandywine Fire Company and has been at Glick fire apparatus, getting all the rescue tools mounted on it. We're anticipating mid-September for that truck to be back. Our second newest engine is due in the station in late December. We do want to say that there may have been some miscommunication. The fire company was thought to be coming to the budget meeting the other day, and there was just not confirmation. We are looking forward to present our budget to the board and there's the committee once we lock down the date that we're supposed to be here with our presentation. Also of note, just for Township Manager Revin, Choice Marketing is also who we use for the fire stations mail-in fund drive, and we have quite a bit of success with them. And lastly, many of you may or may not be aware of a serious EMS call right next door if it's water, and the collaboration between citizens, police, fire, and EMS was outstanding that day. So, thank you.
Well, save the life.
If I may, Mr. Vice Chairman, the miscommunication is on township staff. I appreciate, look forward to the budget presentation in October. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't thank the fire company for sharing your mailing list for this campaign with members of Parks and Recreation, and greatly appreciate you sharing that resource with us.
Our pleasure.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to move on to the Minnequist Ambulance Report.
Good evening. Full report should be in your packet, but here's just some highlights of it. In July, Minnequist responded to 533 calls of service. Of those, 309 resulted in transports. We're continuing to trend upward, currently holding about 19% in year-to-date as compared to the same date in 2024. Despite this rise in demand, I'm pleased to report that our staffing is also becoming stronger, positioning us to maintain the high level of service our community expects and deserves. Lastly, I'm happy to share some exciting news. Ambulance 46C is returning to service after being out since November of 2024, being remounted at Glick, so maybe you'll see the rescue truck up there as well. But this return brings a much needed relief to our fleet. This also marks the successful completion of a 2-year process made possible through close collaboration with our municipal partners. Your ongoing support in funding vehicle replacements has provided a sustainable model that benefits both Minquist and the communities, so thank you for that. We're truly grateful for this partnership and look forward to the continued collaboration to keep our residents safe and well cared for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I see no old business. We have new business. The appointment of the Assistant Township Manager, Noah Stribley. I'm going to turn this over to Luke.
Thank you. Over the last 3 months, a search committee consisting of the Board of Supervisors and members of township staff and the police department have been meeting candidates for the position of Assistant Township Manager, which has been vacant since January of 2021. We received over 100 applications for the positions, and we met many outstanding candidates. Tonight, we are pleased to recommend Noah Stribley for the position. Noah is a recent graduate of Westchester University's accredited Masters of Public Administration program, and the search committee believes he has the right combination of education, experience, and initiative to be an asset to the East Brandywine Township leadership team. At this time, I respectfully ask the Board of Supervisors to appoint Noah Stribley as Assistant Township Manager with the conditions that 1, he successfully completes a probationary period of 6 months, and 2, the township is able to secure a public official's bond in the amount of $1.5 million.
Okay.
The original, I will just say, the offer letter had 4 conditions, 2 of which are now in the process or satisfied. One was the successful completion of a background check, and the other was appointment at a public meeting. So, assuming such a motion passes tonight, that will be 2 out of 4.
Okay. All right. Any questions, Kyle? And a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to appoint Noah Stribley as the Assistant Township Manager based off of the conditions stated by our Township Manager, Luke Revin.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations.
Welcome and congratulations.
All right. We have, doesn't appear that we have any subdivision or zoning applications. We have ordinance and resolutions for consideration. We'll turn that over to Luke Revin. Resolution 13 of 2025, appointing Dante DeSantis to Zoning Hearing Board as an alternate member.
Unlike other committees and commissions that provide services to the township or recommendations to the Board of Supervisors, the Zoning Hearing Board membership is established by resolutions of the board. So what would typically be just a motion to appoint someone to fill a vacancy on a board, in this case, is a resolution. There are a number of current applications before the Township's Zoning Hearing Board. And due to some medical conditions, we have been unable to form a quorum of the 5 members in a period that the municipality's planning code requires us to have a hearing on applications to the Zoning Hearing Board. So this evening, as is typically the case in East Brandywine Township, there is always a pool of ready and willing volunteers to step in, and I'm pleased to recommend that the board appoint Mr. DeSantis as an alternate member of the Zoning Hearing Board so that we can provide prompt service to residents with current applications.
Okay. Kyle, any questions?
No questions.
Okay, I get a motion to approve Dante DeSantis to the Zoning Hearing Board as an alternate member.
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor? Aye. All right. Do we have any public comment on non-agenda items? Seeing none. There was a notice. There was an executive session held prior to this meeting to discuss personnel issues. There was an executive session held by phone call August the 13th to discuss personnel matters. All right. We got a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, meeting's adjourned. Thank you all for being here.